My life before emotional boot camp was, in one word, chaotic.
It was a point in my life where I had gone through a pretty rough decade.
I felt like I couldn't move forward and I didn't know why. I knew it was emotional.
I found myself in a really bad marriage.
I knew it was because there were certain issues that I hadn't worked out for decades, and I felt that I just couldn't move forward at all.
I had lost my husband, so I was a widow, then found myself in a really bad marriage 3 years after. I knew it was exactly what I needed at that time.
Life escapes no one. We live in a world with an abundance of challenges, situations, and emotions. We get angry, sad, frustrated, hurt, stressed, and that's just on a good day. Sort of. On a serious note, all these emotions have to do with fear and attachments to the outcome. And guess what? You attract what you are. You allow on one level or another people and situations in your life that actually intensify those very fears and attachments. But once conquered, you will never attract those relationships or events ever again. Even though deep inside you go, come on, bring it on, I'm ready. But it's not going to happen because you are done.
I felt a need to make a shift when I did because I felt that I couldn't go on. I felt like everything I was doing was a facade and it wasn't genuine because I was acting as if I was doing something that other people expected from me.
Your fears and attachments lead to your decision making, being relationships, career, family, and even yourself. Your fears and attachments decide your health. It's not painful to deal with your problems. Really, it's not. It's painful to live with them and do nothing. Our challenges are about losses and changes. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And now, how do we recuperate from our losses and changes? Time? Assumptions? Talking about it? I know what we do. That method is called shoving it under the carpet and hoping that no one will pick it up and notice the gigantic dust bunnies. And they're not cute. We have two organs, the heart and the brain. Do they work the same? No, they don't. So why do we constantly attempt to heal ourselves thinking they are one of the same? Both are essential for our healing process. When we heal with our heart, we deal with our emotions, our feelings. When we heal with our brain, we learn to manage our minds. Fighting, drama, day in, day out. Sound familiar? Well, guess what? That is not what life is supposed to be all about. Life is about living, not just existing. What is Emotional Bootcamp? A powerful, rapid action program that uses advanced thinking skills to simultaneously heal the heart and manage the mind. When we go through emotional challenges, regardless how small or how large, we need to recuperate. There is no question we have to heal everything we have gone through, 100%. Otherwise, it will be in us and a part of us for the rest of our lives, and it will manifest itself to something really ugly. Bottom line, we need to grieve, and that involves processing emotions accordingly, using our heart and also using our mind.
I learned about emotional boot camp and the whole concept of the going through grief and loss and taking that and making it into my own personal honor code.
Basically, in this 12-hour, 2 to 4 day written and oral program, you take your most emotional, intense relationship or event you have ever gone through, and we process it.
I was definitely nervous my first day of the session. I didn't really know what to expect. I knew I had to be there. I knew that when I met Ingrid and we talked about the work from Emotional Boot Camp, that was definitely what I needed to do. And I was nervous because I didn't know what was going to come out. We had focused on one specific issue that was bothering me, and it was an issue that I had been carrying around for 20 years, but I wasn't sure how I was going to process it. The most empowering moment for me at the boot camp was turning a really difficult situation in my life that was really holding me back, turning that around from an extremely negative thing in my life to an extremely positive thing. I was filled with so much hate over this situation, and within 4 hours, I left filled with love. That was one of the most powerful things I've ever experienced in my life.
The combination of healing your heart and managing your mind simultaneously automatically brings forth the real reason why this experience was bestowed upon you.
I didn't want to keep stumbling into the same mistakes. I didn't want to keep going into the same patterns. It is essential that we process our past and present, or if not, we're going to keep falling in the same mistakes over and over again.
From day one, you will feel a load off your shoulders, relieved, empowered, and transformed. A direction of building your core foundation to yourself.
The aspect of my life that was affected from Emotional Boot Camp was every aspect. And it started with one, and it trickled like a domino effect into many aspects of my life.
Which basically tells us that we truly complicate our reality. Oh, surprise. People, we need to make it simple, and we got to stop complicating life. Remember, truth is simple and everything else is complicated. Next. I don't know about you, but the quicker I eliminate my fears and attachments to my past and present and even my future, the sooner I will be free to be me. Just when you think you've done it all, another tool is thrown into the mix. We introduce similar procedures to future unavoidable events concerning our loved ones and ourselves. Whether we care to admit it or not, circumstances can change and relationships and lives of all sorts can end. It is considered a taboo to speak or to think about unfortunate future events. But bottom line, it is a fear and an attachment which needs to be approached before it's too late. How does the Honor Code Studio and its programs differ from other institutions or philosophies? Our program includes our private session maintenance programs. They're rapid action programs for both the heart and the mind to honor your newly found lifestyles of thinking, feeling, and doing. We do not teach anything that we haven't gone through ourselves. Personally, I have processed close to 5 decades worth of emotions to the point that I am no longer haunted by my memories of my losses and my changes.
Ingrid is such a warm, open person that I just felt like I was at home. There was a connection. Her passion for what she does is so evident that I was just excited to be there. I knew there was something really, really great ahead of me with this program. It just made me feel like I was at home.
I view life now a lot more calm, a lot more easygoing, a lot more positive, in the real sense of the word. For many years, I knew I wanted to be positive, so I would fake it until you make it, but I never made it.
Again, we focus 100% on putting yourself first to take care of yourself on all levels. We don't believe in rules, only cause and effect, as well as the only place in the world that teaches to put yourself first with the use of advanced thinking skills to manage the mind to become the real you.
With Emotional Boot Camp, it gave me the tools how to be positive and process negative things in my life and turn them around. in a real way, not in a fake way.
It had to do with really getting to the core of who I am, the core of me. I'm the best company I'm ever gonna have. And it was such a connection with myself that I had tears in my eyes. It was just like finding myself. I was so a joy with me, with my company, and had so much peace that I knew that no matter what happened from that point on, I was gonna be okay. The only person that I can only change is me. And that's actually very good news.
My thoughts were clearer. I could express emotion a lot easier. I could process any kind of situation much easier. I felt physically enlightened and just an overall sense of well-being.
It's a really interesting feeling. It's like I feel there's a youth about my spirit that it's something I hadn't been in touch with for a very long time. There's a liberty, there's a freedom, and that's because there's not any attachments. I've let go of a lot of things that I was holding on to that I couldn't control, and now I just know that the only person that I can only change is me.
And when you're all done, you will no longer be attached to the outcome. And you would have created your own contract, your own honor code, based on your life experiences. And you march forward with an unbelievable zest for life, with strength, happiness, and excitement.
I feel like I'm a little girl again.
I would say to the skeptics, try it. You're in for a big surprise.
Just do it. Just trust that instinct that's telling you, go for it. Give it a shot. Try it. You have nothing to lose, only good things to discover.
Emotional Boot Camp at the Honor Code Studio. It's time to take care of you.